Hey guys, this is the Matman, aka Slave Nun, and you're here with another episode of the Low Tech Trek. Just a few minutes out of your day so that we can hem and haw about some crap that you're probably either watching or waiting to watch. Today we're going to cover two things, specifically Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, only briefly, since everybody else and their mother is trying to cover it too. And we're also going to take a look real quick at American Horror Story Freakshow. First up, American Horror Story. Freakshow is the current series that's out for American Horror Story. We've seen so far three previous. The first one, season one, was Murder House. The second one was Coven, or not Coven. Second one was Asylum. Third one was Coven. All three have been amazing so far, and this one isn't even close to dropping the ball. One of the things that they had talked about at the beginning of this season was the possibility of tying in all the other three previous seasons with Freakshow, and have done it perfectly with bringing in Lily Rabb's character, Sister Eunice, from season 2 Asylum, who anybody who's seen season 2 knows that she went just batshit. It was ridiculous. And yeah, they threw in the thing with the whole demon possession, but she's crazy. She's nuts. And on top of that, she's also an amazing actress. And I hope that Hollywood and the rest of TV land figures it out. And we look, I'm looking forward to seeing Lily Rabb in many other things. I think they've got just a little bit of a taste of what the cast of American Horror Story can do with Evan Peters. We saw him as Quicksilver in X-Men Days of Future Past, and he's also supposed to be coming back for X-Men Age of Apocalypse, which I'm hoping that they just follow the comic book. There's no reason to diverge from it, but we're not going to get off track right now. So easy to do. Specifically, the thing that I would like to touch on is I would like to know what the writers, director, producer has against anybody with an M in their name, because so far that's pretty much all we've seen in the way of death from Freakshow. First, they killed off Meep, played by Ben Wolf, amazing actor who played Thaddeus, aka Infantata. I don't know exactly why they slapped that name on him. In the first one, American Horror Story Murder House, season 1, kept him up in the attic for most of it with Sam Kinney, who played Beaumont, and then, he was down in the basement, Sam Kinney was up in the attic. Either way, we didn't really get a chance to see either of the actors, to their fullest potential. We got to see a little bit more with Mr. Wolf as Meep in this one, but they killed him off so quick. They killed off Meep. One of the recent deaths was Mon Petit. She's now currently enjoying a life in a large chunk of formaldehyde. And then they kill off Kathy Bates' character, who had before then was known for being in Misery, another M thing. So I don't know exactly what it is with them, but please stop killing the M characters. Also, Jessica Lange, how many more people have to die? Seriously. I mean, she killed King Kong. I think personally Jessica Lange needs a hug and maybe a bowl of soup, possibly a blanket, and another hug. Just stop killing people. It doesn't have to happen. What I'd kind of like to see happen with the show would be maybe an unholy fusing of Evan Peters' character, Lobster Boy, be the one to take over. Maybe him and Lang end up with a crazy power struggle, and maybe she gets killed. It's a possibility. We've already heard from her that she kind of wants to separate herself from the series after this season, but it's one of those things. She has the ability to change her mind. I'm sure there's a contract clause so that she can go ahead and come back if she wants to. But, she plays awesome characters. She's an amazing actress. But seriously, the trail of bodies that she's leaving is just ridiculous at this point. Also, we've heard rumors going around that, the next season might have something to do space-wise. And we saw little brief glimpses of what looked like the stereotypical, grays, quote-unquote, the big green or the big black eyes, gray skin, back in season 2 Asylum, and there's talk that the show writers have already said that they want to do something that maybe might have something to do with outer space for the next season, which would be awesome. At this point, it really wouldn't surprise me if they just pulled something completely out of their ass that no one was expecting. Space isn't necessarily outer; there's inner space too. So we'll see what happens from that point on. Real quick word about the real freaks. I'm not talking the people with like the sword swallowers, fire breathers, and whatnot. Those are performers who hone specific talents so that they can make us laugh or make us go, and they do, which is amazing. But I'm speaking specifically about the people with physical deformities, like Mr. Wolf, Ben Wolf, midget, short guy. I don't know if that's exactly the PC term to call it, but I'm not exactly a PC kind of guy. The gentleman who has the small arms that plays quote unquote the human caterpillar. These are all really nice people. It's not like they had any choice with what happened to them at birth. I think these are people that should not only be respected, but you know what? If you see somebody like that, if they need a helping hand, give them a helping hand. It's 5 seconds out of your life, and you never know, you might make a friend out of it. Just remember the 2 R's that I live by, and you should live by them too: respect and represent. These are our mutants. Just because they don't have bone claws and can't levitate an entire stadium at will does not mean these people do not kick ass. Okay, off of my soapbox. And on to the next one, with Star Wars. With what we're seeing from Episode 7, we've got a teaser trailer, we've got a regular trailer. I understand with the new lightsaber that they're going for a broadsword effect. I get that. However, with the 2 lightsaber switchblades popping off the sides, let's face facts. If we end up with a lightsaber battle like we had before, the chances are very high that one wrong move, some of that old over-the-shoulder, behind-the-back shit that we saw like in Episode 2, Episode 3, you do that and the only thing you're going to be left over with is Darth Stumpy. It's ridiculous. It's not that visually appealing. Well, I've heard from a lot of people that it looks so great, it's going to be so amazing. It's still just a lightsaber. It's a lightsaber times 3, but it's still just a lightsaber. It's not anything wonderful, and I think, frankly, it's going to prove more problematic with the battles and whatnot, because now you don't just have to chart 1 blade, you've got to chart 3. And people are talking about how, the blades look so much better this time, it looks like energy's rippling off of it. Well, this is just a crude flashback to the Star Wars Unleashed toy line, where and this was put out probably 2.5 years ago, all of the lightsaber blades look like that. So it's nice to see that they're catching it up and putting it into a reality kind of thing. Well, reality kind of thing. But I'm just not that impressed by it. If you're thinking something different, put it down in the comment box. Let me know about it. This is a forum. The show is just to throw out ideas, hash over some rumors, just basic BS. Pop a beer and whatnot, while you're watching it if you want to get that bar feel. Another thing with Star Wars that I've heard floating around is that now, because Disney's taken it over with Episode 7 on the way and everything, now the books, the comics, everything, no longer canon. That's all gone, which is ridiculously stupid, because now the closest thing to something old we have is the Wookiees, most of which were decimated in Episode 3, and Jar Jar Binks. Nobody wants that. Nobody. I think, honestly, if Lucas had spent some more time with the first 3 scripts, he would have realized that using that character as a catalyst might have been okay for Episode 1. There was no need to bring him around, other than it's just a stupid prop for the other 2. Seriously, get him out. We don't need him. Plus, anybody who's seen the edit without Jar Jar in it, great movie. Wonderful movie. As far as contests this time, if you watched the one previous, I was giving away the little, there he is, the little Star Trek figurines and the ear necklaces, which anybody who's into Walking Dead, saw season 2, they know what's up. This time is going to be no different. I have, if we make it to, let's say 500 to 700 views, I have a ton of American Horror Story relic cards, pieces of the Rubberman's costume, pieces of Jessica Lange stuff, that cool ass green and black sweater that Evan Peters was wearing. I got a few pieces of that. All of those are up for or not auction. All of those are up for the contest winners. If we get that high number wise, I'll pick a couple people. I'll contact you through email and whatnot, and we'll set something up. I'll let you know what you have options for and everything. If we hit over 1,000 views, I have a Star Wars widescreen, Topps widescreen card signed by Carrie Fisher. That's up on the auction block. Is it me trying to bribe you? Yeah. Am I okay with that? Yeah, totally. you should be too. Anyway, if there's something that you specifically would like to hear about, we're going to be covering over the next couple of episodes things like Gotham, mid-season hiatus right now. How are you liking it? Personally, I think Edward Nygma, outstanding. Penguin, amazing. Honestly, at this point, I don't even care if they bring Joker into it. We have so many hooks in the fire with this one. It's an outstanding series. Also, if you're doing anything on Twitter, hit up the Constantine people. We're going to be talking about Constantine and how that's going along. Currently, they're waiting to find out what the season numbers are to see if we're going to get a season 2. So on Twitter right now, they're doing hashtag Save Constantine. Hit it up if you're on Twitter. Make a do like a little Twitter nod. Toss the hashtag in. It can't hurt. And if you've seen it, if you read the comic book Constantine, I loved Constantine as a comic book. It was amazing. The show is dead on accurate. The writers really know what's going on. Matt Ryan is Constantine. And Ciala, sorry, didn't mean to mispronounce your name, as Zed. Both of them are working out perfectly. I mean, you couldn't ask for better actors and actresses for these roles if you tried or genetically engineered them. Follow me on Twitter, @MattHunt. Hit me up on Facebook as Matthew Hunt, 1T. And until we meet again,